Okay, thank you very much, everybody. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what is our vision for early warning systems. And these early warning systems in FAO are early warning systems that look at the threats that impact agri-food systems. So FAO's mandate is really, it is a specialized agency in food and agriculture, and it works on all aspects of agriculture. And the idea is to support the transition to support the transformation of agri-food systems through the four betters. And you can see the four betters on the left-hand side to enable FAO to support better nutrition, better life, better environment, and better production. Now, FAO's One Health program, the expanded definition of One Health includes, animal, plant, environment, agriculture, food, everything. So our One Health program really seeks to reduce the gap caused by productivity losses from pests and diseases. So it is a globally led approach to preventing, containing, and addressing the rising losses to agricultural production and the adverse ecosystem impacts, which are caused by the spread of animal and plant pests and aquatic pests, forest pests, including zoonotic diseases of epidemic and pandemic potentials and antimicrobial resistance. So the major goal of our One Health program is to enhance productivity and reduce risks from biological threats in the food chains. And how we do that is through these 5 main thematic areas that you can see, which is improving early warning systems, supporting better biosecurity systems for pest and disease management, more effective emergency preparedness and response, better AMR risk management, and strengthening One Health systems. So the 3 main SDG indicators that we aim to address through our One Health program is, number 1, SDG 1.5.3, which relates to the Sendai framework for disaster risk reduction. And in one of our previous speakers spoke about, I think it was UNOOSA, about those 4 domains, yeah? So at the last UN resolution, there was a resolution of early warning for all, yeah? And the Sendai framework not only includes natural disasters or, disasters caused by floods and droughts and all of those, but it also includes biological pests. Then the second SDG is 3D, which is health and well-being, yeah? So food security, better nutrition security, making sure there's access to safe food. And the third is related to SDG 15.8, so the prevention and control of invasive alien species. Now, the program that I'm talking about is the Emergency Prevention System for Transboundary Animal and Plant Pests and Diseases, in short, EMPRESS. And this is FAO's flagship program to prevent food chain crises. So the main components of that EMPRESS program is the EMPRESS Animal Health component, the EMPRESS Plant Protection component, and EMPRESS Food Safety. And the animal health component includes aquatic health, plant protection includes forest health. And through EMPRESS, FAO is the leading agency to support integrated early warning prevention and response to pests and diseases that have a cross-border impact. Now, what do we do within the early warning component? First of all, we look at the systematic monitoring of risks. So we know where the risks lie. We do regular risk assessments based on the data that is collected. We do analysis and forecasting of these hazards and their possible consequences on food security, on health security, other kinds of impacts. We disseminate a lot of risk communication. You might have seen some of those. We have something called as GEWS, which is Global Information and Early Warning Systems on crop. There's all kinds of bulletins that we share. And then there's also preparedness, so supporting anticipatory action and early action. Now, within the early warning system for animal health, we have what is called as the Global Early Warning System, or GLUES. And in GLUES, we have a team at FAO headquarters. We do a lot of rumor tracking. We use epidemic intelligence from open sources. We are partners with WHO, one of the 12 partners in this initiative. We do a lot of intelligence through our decentralized offices. We have animal health / One Health teams present in 50 countries all over the world, and we gather a lot of data firsthand from them, suspected, confirmed. We provide countries with tools for disease reporting, data management, frameworks for surveillance, and we gather all that data. And using all of that, we detect early warning signals. We do rapid risk assessment and enable decision support and early action. We use Earth observation data a lot for combining it with our event-based data on risk modeling and forecasting, and Rift Valley fever is an example of that. And Claudia will talk more about that. So GLUES, when it partners with our quadripartite partners, WHO and WOA, we have what is called as GLUES Plus. So this is an information sharing system that exists between the three organizations of sharing alerts and signals on any kind of disease threats that we see. And all of us, we work together to assess whether a risk assessment is needed, whether joint actions are needed, and these are usually done for those threats that have a public health impact. Other than animal health, we've got a lot of other early warning systems. Some of you might know about InfoSun, which is the early warning system for food safety threats joint between FAO and WHO. You can see some of the plant pest surveillance and monitoring systems for desert locust, for fall armyworm. A lot of these early warning systems use ecoclimatic data because the movement of pests is related to these are the drivers. Now we're sort of moving towards more One Health intelligence, which is, not doing it all separately, but doing it together. Other examples are the avian influenza decision support tool, wild and domestic species distribution modeling, CCHF, trypanosomiasis, anthrax, etc. Now, what COVID-19 taught us that we need to move away from systems that are focused on just detecting and reacting to more anticipatory and eventually preventive systems. So how do we do that? So we need to take a step back and move towards monitoring the drivers of hazards rather than just monitoring events. You need to start monitoring drivers. And that's where I think Earth observation data can be really useful, especially the sort of time series analysis that we saw, and, learning from those systems and applying, machine learning and big data analysis, AI, to learn from those. So what we are trying to do within FAO is to establish like multi-hazard risk analysis and risk communication systems. And I think that's where partnering with all of you in this room would be really useful, because you have the knowledge of that kind of technology. Now, what are our wish list? Our wish list is that to truly move towards these anticipatory systems, we need to monitor hazards. Yeah. And what it should, we need to have information on upstream drivers and risk factors. We need to move towards nowcasting and forecasting. We need to integrate Earth observation data in scenario and impact analysis, the what-if analysis. And we need to use proxies because, a lot of the time, some of this event data can be sensitive. So that's where I think our collaboration would be really useful. This is not just FAO's vision, it is also the vision of the quadripartite. This is my last slide, I'm just finishing, yeah? So, and the quadripartite believes that the ecosystem health is a part of monitoring of risk. So the quadripartite conducted a One Health Intelligence scoping study and proposed an idea of a global One Health Intelligence system. And this global One Health Intelligence system has three main objectives. So early warning, risk assessment, prediction, and prevention. And all of these need to incorporate the monitoring of drivers to safeguard global health. So with that, I end, and thank you very much for your attention.